The phone buzzed at 3 in the morning, and I knew my life was about to change forever. But I had no idea it would cost me the only woman I'd ever truly loved. If you want to know how fame can destroy even the deepest connection between two souls, make sure to hit that subscribe button and watch this entire video, because this story will leave you questioning everything you think you know about success and love. It started 6 months ago when Sophia and I were just two struggling artists sharing a cramped studio apartment in Brooklyn. Our dreams bigger than our bank account, our love more intoxicating than the cheap wine we'd sip while planning our future together under the flickering candlelight. She was a photographer with eyes that could capture the soul of a stranger in a single frame, and I was a musician who played guitar on street corners, hoping someone would notice the songs I'd poured my heart into every night. We'd fall asleep tangled in each other's arms on that lumpy mattress, whispering about the day we'd make it big together, never imagining that success would be the very thing that would tear us apart. The night everything changed, I just finished a late shift at the coffee shop where I worked to pay our rent, my fingers still smelling like espresso and my back aching from bending over the machine all day, when I decided to post a video of myself playing one of the songs I'd written about Sophia. It was called Her Eyes Like Midnight Stars, and every chord progression was inspired by the way she'd look at me when she thought I wasn't paying attention. Those moments when her guard was down and I could see straight into her beautiful, complicated soul. I recorded it on my phone in our tiny living room, the city lights streaming through our window, creating the perfect mood lighting, completely unaware that within hours, millions of people would be watching that intimate moment I'd shared with the world. By morning, the video had gone viral. My phone was exploding with notifications, and talent agents were calling with offers that seemed too good to be true, promising me record deals and concert tours, and everything I dreamed of since I was a kid practicing guitar in my childhood bedroom. Sophia was thrilled at first, her photographer's eye immediately recognizing the artistic quality of the spontaneous recording, and she spent the morning taking pictures of me as I tried to process what was happening, her camera clicking away as she documented what she called the moment my boyfriend became a star. But as the days turned into weeks and the calls kept coming, I started to notice a shift in her expression, a distance creeping into those midnight star eyes that had inspired my music in the first place. The record label wanted me to move to Los Angeles immediately, to start working with their top producers and songwriters, to transform from the raw street musician I was into whatever manufactured image they thought would sell the most albums. They offered me money I'd never imagined having, enough to buy Sophia the photography studio she'd always dreamed of, enough to give us the life we'd planned together, but there was a catch that I was too intoxicated by success to fully understand at the time. The contract required me to be available for recording sessions, promotional events, and tours that would keep me away from New York, away from Sophia, for months at a time. And slowly I began to realize that chasing my dreams meant leaving behind the person who had inspired them in the first place. Our conversations started to change, becoming strained and careful, like we were both walking on eggshells around the enormous opportunity that was simultaneously the best and worst thing that had ever happened to us. She'd try to be supportive, telling me how proud she was and how I deserved this chance, but I could see the fear in her eyes when she thought I wasn't looking, the same fear that was growing in my own chest as I realized that fame was already changing me in ways I didn't like. The record label assigned me a publicist who immediately started controlling my image, telling me what to wear, how to style my hair, even suggesting I keep my relationship status ambiguous to appeal to a broader fan base. Advice that made my stomach turn, but that I found myself considering in weak moments. Sophia and I started fighting about things that never mattered before. Stupid arguments about whose turn it was to do the dishes that were really about the growing certainty that our time together was running out. She threw herself into her photography with an intensity that worried me, staying out until all hours of the night shooting street scenes and portraits, returning to our apartment with exhaustion written across her face and chemicals staining her fingertips. I knew she was trying to distract herself from watching me slip away, but I felt powerless to stop it. caught between my love for her and my lifelong dream that was finally within reach. The breaking point came on a Tuesday night in February, snow falling outside our window as I sat on our couch with a contract spread across the coffee table, the papers that would officially make me a recording artist and effectively end the life Sophia and I had built together. She sat across from me, her camera in her lap, and I could see her taking pictures of me in that moment, documenting what she somehow knew would be our last night together as the people we used to be. We talked until sunrise, her voice breaking as she told me she couldn't watch me become someone else, couldn't compete with the millions of fans who would soon know my music better than she did, couldn't live in the shadow of a dream that once belonged to both of us, but now belonged only to me. I signed the contract the next morning, and she was gone by the time I returned home, leaving only a note that said she loved me too much to watch fame destroy the man she'd fallen in love with, and a single photograph on my pillow showing me playing guitar in that moment before everything changed, my face full of hope and innocence that I'd never see again. The months that followed were a blur of recording studios and radio interviews, photo shoots and meet and greets with fans who screamed my name but didn't really know me. Success that tasted like ash in my mouth because the only person I wanted to share it with was living her own life somewhere I couldn't follow. My debut album shot to #1, I performed on late-night talk shows and won awards I dreamed of since childhood, but every song felt empty because they were all about her and she wasn't there to hear them. I hired private investigators to find her, sent flowers to every photography studio in the city, even wrote new songs begging her to come back, but she'd vanished as completely as if she'd never existed, leaving me with nothing but memories and the photographs she'd left behind. Fame gave me everything I thought I wanted, but took away the only thing that actually mattered. And now, as I sit in my penthouse apartment overlooking Central Park, surrounded by platinum records and industry awards, I understand that some prices are too high to pay, even for your dreams. The irony isn't lost on me that the song about her eyes was what made me famous, that millions of people fell in love with my music because I was singing about losing the love of my life, that my greatest professional triumph was built on the foundation of my greatest personal failure. Sometimes I wonder if she sees the music videos or hears the songs on the radio, if she knows that every lyric is still about her, every melody still carries the echo of her laughter, every performance is really just me trying to sing her back into my life. 6 months after she left, I got a package with no return address containing a photography book titled Before Fame, filled with pictures she'd taken of me during our time together, images that captured a happiness and authenticity I can barely remember now. And on the last page was a new photograph of herself, older and sadder, but still beautiful, with a note that simply said, "I'm proud of you, but I can't come home." This success I dreamed of turned out to be the loneliest place on earth, a glittering prison where everyone knows your name, but nobody really knows you, where you can have anything you want except the one thing that would make it all worthwhile, and where every night you fall asleep in luxury, but wake up missing the person who used to make even poverty feel like paradise. If you've stayed with me through this entire story, please let me know in the comments if you think I made the right choice, if fame is worth sacrificing love, because even now, with all my success, I still don't know the answer. And maybe your perspective will help me understand whether the pain of losing her was the price of becoming who I was meant to be, or the biggest mistake of my life.